so many ways to engage the council that it takes 3 people to lay it all out. We wanted to talk a little bit about how to engage the council and the payment card industry community in general. So we broke it into some categories that we wanted to talk about. And the first category is influence. Your voice matters. It is really important that you weigh in when we're considering new standards or programs. And there's no better example of that than the DSS version 4. You've probably seen this slide a couple times this week, but we received over 6,000 pieces of feedback in our request for comment period. Just to put that in perspective, a really good RFC where we just get a lot of feedback usually gets about 300 to 500 comments. So this was a standard that was really driven by industry feedback and input from a wide range of stakeholders all around the world. More than half of the RFCs for the DSS-4 came from participating organizations. And I wanted to talk just very briefly about the participating organization program that's undergoing some changes. Lance talked about it earlier this week, and I just wanted to reiterate one more time kind of the new approach that we're taking and ways that you can be involved. So we've broken it into 3 levels: principal, associate, and individual. And the principal member is really for those organizations that want to have more opportunities for input, more opportunities for collaboration. Lance talked about the 2 groups that we've put under this category, under the principal participating organizations, which is the Roundtable Group and the Technology Guidance Group. And that's really for those companies that want to provide more input and strategic guidance to the council. Those 2 groups will really drive our strategic vision for the council and really define the priorities. The associate level is it mirrors the regular PO level today. And I want to make sure everybody understands that if you're a regular PO today and you're not on board of advisors, you're just a participating organization, you're happy to participate at that level, you don't have to do anything. So I've had people ask me, do I have to do anything, or just a PO, we want to stay just a regular PO. You don't have to do anything. Your membership will just transfer over to the associate PO once it launches. And then we have the individual, and the individual is really designed for those people who cannot join, whose organization may not be able to join, but they might have some expertise in payment security, and they want to be involved with the council. So now anybody can be involved with the council. What this is going to mean is we're going to have more seats at the table, which is really important. That's important because we have, as payments change, we have more and more players coming into our industry and more different perspectives. So we want to make sure that those voices are represented on our board of advisors. So we'll have more seats. We're going to be going from 30 to 56. And then the board of advisors are going to have an opportunity now to vote on the release of the standards and on major revisions of the standards. And again, that's a major change. Lastly, I would just say it's very easy to join. If you're not a participating organization and you want to join, it's a really quick 3-step process. You fill out an application, submit it online, your application will be reviewed, and then once it's accepted, you'll be a participating organization. If you know of companies, a lot of you work with companies who may not be participating organizations, who aren't part of this community, but might be able to benefit from it. If you know of those, we really hope that you'll encourage them to visit our website and talk about all the wonderful opportunities that you have, like this event today. And we hope that you'll encourage people to join us as a PO. Our price for our associate PO has dropped in a day of runaway inflation everywhere. What other product do you know where the price has gone down? So it's a real bargain, and there's a lot of companies out there that I think would benefit by being part of this unique community. With that, I will turn it over to my colleague, Elizabeth Terry, to talk about some networking opportunities.
Excellent, thank you. So we're going to talk about some of the numerous ways that you've probably participated in and how to network within the payments industry and with PCI SSC. So community meetings, it's in the name. So at the community meetings, whether you're attending face-to-face or online, we have receptions, we have the lunches, we have the network vendor showcase and the networking receptions there, and all of the different sessions that you get to attend, whether it's a panel session like we have here, or whether it's an individual expert talking about one of the topics within the payment industry. And then for our PCI professionals, we had a networking lunch at our North America community meeting, and we also had a first-timer first-time attendee at the North America Community Meeting as well. And we hope to continue those into the next year and bring those to Europe. So we also have forums. So we have our regional forums in Brazil, India, and our Asia Pacific forum. And we want to make sure that everybody understands that these are going to be very specific to those regions and topics in those regions, just like in North America and Europe. And we're really excited about that. We have our Asia Pacific forum happening next month. So if you haven't registered for that yet, please do so. So as Mark just mentioned, one of the ways that you can also engage if you're a participating organization is the Board of Advisors. And as a PO, this is one of the best ways to be able to network with others across the industry, your peers in other channels and other verticals. We also have the Global Executive Assessor Roundtable, GEAR for short, because it's a mouthful. And this is for the assessor community. So we'd love to be able to work and collaborate together with our assessor community and with the council. And we also have our Regional Engagement Board, which is in Brazil currently for regional representation there to talk about very specific topics for that region. And our special interest groups. Those have been mentioned numerous times. I think Mike Thompson mentioned that a couple of days ago. We've mentioned that in other sessions. And special interest groups are a really easy way to get involved. And the special interest group topic proposal is open for another week. So if you haven't proposed a topic or several, please go in and do that. And then as a participating organization, you get to vote on those topics and decide what we're going to be working on in the next year to create guidance. And I say we, but it is the collaborative we, because you are the ones that develop the content. We're just here to guide the conversations, to make it look pretty when it's done. But as the subject matter experts in the industry, you help us to compile that content and put those topics together and release those information supplements. Let's see, knowledge sharing. So one of the more important aspects of being involved in the payments industry and with the council is knowledge sharing, sharing your knowledge with others, sharing your knowledge within the industry. And we've emphasized this numerous times this week. We're stronger together. When we share information and we collaborate together, you know, we're stronger together. But did you know one of the other ways that the council likes to engage with the community is external speaking engagements? And so when DSS-4 dropped earlier this year in March, we literally had someone within an hour of that being published to the website going on an external speaking engagement on a webinar to talk about it. So our speaker program is a really great way if you want to get someone from the council to participate in a joint webinar, to participate in a conference, to come speak at your organization. It's a great way to be able to do that, and we really love to be able to share the knowledge with the community in that way. Collaboration. So again, it's about community. We love to collaborate, and one of the ways that we do that is with our joint bulletins. Lindsay's going to talk a lot more about that, but I just wanted to let you know that's a really good way for us to be able to develop information on a specific topic for the industry. And as we've mentioned many times this week, we have an award-winning, we can say that now, I learned this yesterday, an award-winning Women in Payments series. And that's bringing awareness to the world of payments and cybersecurity and the women that are leading the way in that perspective. We also have perspectives from other regions, Brazil, India, Europe. We have blogs, we have podcasts, we do speaking engagements, et cetera. So a lot of different ways and a lot of great information that we have. So training, everybody loves training. So how many assessors do we have in the audience? Show of hands. Everybody. But did you know that we also have training that's not necessarily assessor training? We have our PCI professional training, we have our awareness training, and we even have acquire training. So these trainings, as you well know, are either in person now, or they can be online, virtually in person. And we also do some computer-based training specifically. We also do corporate group training. So if you have a bunch of folks in your organization, for instance, secure software standard, you're going to be developing an application or payment software, and you want to get them trained up to understand what to expect and what to do with that, we could do a corporate group training. We do a lot of training in other languages. We do it in Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese. If there's another specific language, I'm sure we could get Mark Bearcoller to go out and learn that, to come back and to be able to train for that. Now, one of the things that we just launched, I know this says coming soon, but but it was just recently launched, and that's our knowledge training. So this was formerly known as informational training. What this means, you can attend assessor training, for instance, point-to-point encryption, we'll take that. You can sit in those trainings with those assessor candidates, and you can learn everything that they're learning, ask questions with them, listen and learn. Now, you get to take the exam as well. Same training, same exam, there are no prerequisites. However, the caveat, you cannot perform assessments. Just have to say that, it's the disclaimer. So individuals are not validated to perform assessments, it's just purely knowledge training. But what this does is that this allows you to be the bridge between your organization and the assessor that's coming in to do the assessment. So how many internal security assessors, ISAs, do we have? Okay, there's several. So we've heard from our QSAs that they love when they walk into an organization and the organization has an ISA on staff. They talk the same language. They're able to prep their organization, have all of the information ready to go. It saves time, it saves headaches, and it makes the process a lot more efficient. That's the purpose of knowledge training. You get the knowledge, you understand the language, you can speak that language with that assessor coming in, and specifically, I think Secure SLC is one of the biggest ones. You are able to help make sure that all of that documentation for that secure lifecycle development process is in place. They come in and they're able to do the assessment very quickly. So typically the audience would be non-assessors. Your merchants, your solution providers, your software vendors, acquirers, anybody that isn't going to do actual assessments, and actually assessors, if you want to take it, but you're not going to perform the assessments, we'll let you do that. All right. And that is all that I have, and I'll pass it off to Lindsay.
Thanks, Elizabeth. So my name is Lindsay Goodspeed. I'm a member of the PCI communications team. And part of my job is to make sure that you, our stakeholders, have the information you need to help do your job. So I'm going to go over a few ways that we provide information for you. So first up is our website, obviously. You'll see here, this is actually not what our website looks like today. This is an old version of it. We worked really hard this year to update the look and feel of our website to better provide information to you. So this is what our website looks like today. There's some features that really help get the information up front for you. An example of this is this nice headline bar here, which is updated regularly with information from us. We have this I want to section. This is, again, quick, easy access for you for the PCI newsroom or the document library. We want to make sure that the information that you really want is easily accessible for you. Another key change that we made this year to our website are overview pages. So this is an example of one of those overview pages. This is the resources overview page. This provides a quick snapshot of all the different content within that section of our website. And I just want to go over a few of the sections here on the PCI resources page because there's a lot of really great information and I just want to make sure that you're aware of them. So first up, I'm sure you're all very familiar with this. This is the document library. This houses all of our PCI standards, our programs, and guidance documents. A lot of this content is available in many languages. They're free for you to download, so if you're not already familiar, make sure to check that page out. Next up is our frequently asked questions page. If you have a question for the council, I would recommend first taking a look at our frequently asked questions page. We update this page regularly. We receive a lot of questions from stakeholders. And when we receive a lot of questions on the same topic, we will very oftentimes create an FAQ on that topic. So take a look at that. It's a searchable database for your use to help you answer your questions. The next page I'd like to highlight is our resources for merchants page. So this is a resource for small, medium-sized, large merchants. It's a lot of easy-to-use information. A lot of the content is created by our small merchant task force. It's a really great starting point for small businesses to understand how to protect themselves and their clients. So if you do work with small merchants, I recommend that you share these resources with them. There's lots of infographics, videos. We regularly update this content, so take a look at that. Even most Most recently, we have updated the PCI DSS version 4.0 quick reference guide. So there is a link on that page to the reference guide. It's also located within the document library. So if you haven't already, I would definitely take a look at that. The next area I want to talk about is our PCI Perspectives blog. So this is a primary communications channel for us. We publish regular industry insights as well as council news. If you don't already, please subscribe to the blog, and anytime we update the blog, you will get an email direct to your inbox. And one of those great resources on the PCI Perspectives blog is our PCI DSS version 4.0 resource hub. So this is updated regularly with additional guidance and information about PCI DSS to better help you understand the standard. Again, this is located on the blog. We are regularly updating it. Even this week, we're shooting videos here at the community meeting that we plan to upload to this page. So if you don't already, make sure to bookmark that as we're continuing providing more guidance for you so you understand the standard better. Next, Elizabeth had mentioned these industry threat bulletins. These are great resources. We partner with leaders in the industry to publish resources on specific payment security topics. So you'll see here we've published on skimming, ATM attacks, account testing attacks, cloud scoping, ransomware, and even most recently we published a paper on IoT security. So these are really great resources on in-depth security threats. So take a look at that. We normally update those to our PCI newsroom, so make sure to read those as they have a lot of really great information there. Another source of content for us, new this past year or so, is our PCI Coffee with the Council podcast. So this is conversations with industry leaders as well as council staff on many different topics related to payment security. You can subscribe to this on any major podcast app, so definitely take a listen to these great conversations. In addition to all of our publicly available communications, we have a lot of different stakeholders with different needs. So to help meet those needs, we have very specific communications. So for example, if you are a PCI or QIR, we have quarterly newsletters that has information that is directly made and catered to you. We have assessor webcasts, we have assessor newsletters. We also have a weekly participating organization newsletter. So if you don't already receive that information and you are part of one of these stakeholder groups, make sure to reach out to your program manager, and we can make sure that you're signed up to receive this information. If you don't already, please subscribe to our Twitter handle, our LinkedIn channel. We're also, like I mentioned earlier, we're creating a lot more videos, guidance, so subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anytime we update anything, that will be announced via our social media channels. This has also been mentioned earlier this week, but coming soon we will have something called the Global Content Library. So any presentation that you have seen on stage at a community meeting will be housed in this Global Content Library. We'll also be updating it with additional new industry presentations from across the globe related to payment security. So that's going to be another great resource for you, and that's coming soon. The final thing I want to talk to you about today is how can the council help you promote your business, and how can the council help you promote your personal brand? So just a quick PSA before we go into how we can help you promote your brand. If you do ever see this logo here, please know that this is not an approved logo for use. There's many reasons, but primarily the council does not enforce compliance with its standards, so we would never issue a logo that says that you have complied with a standard. So again, it's definitely out there on the web, so if you see it, just know that it's not an approved logo for use. However, there are different ways that we at the council want to help you promote your partnership with us, and I'll go over a few of those ways. So first up, starting in 2023 with the updated participating organization program, we have 2 brand new logos for your use. For principal participating organizations, we have this lovely gold logo, and for associate participating organizations, we will have this teal logo, and that's free for you to use on your websites, on your marketing materials, to show that you have a partnership with the council. Something else that we like to do is provide a press release to newly joining participating organizations. So when you join as a new PO, we send you an email with all of these different resources, and one of those resources is a press release template that you can input your company's information and then share that out with your networks. It's a really great way to promote your partnership with us. So this is a new thing that we will be doing in 2023. We have a really large readership of our blog, and right now we have 9,600 subscribers. I'm hoping to get that to 10,000 very soon, and hopefully if you subscribe, we will get there. But we want to help extend that audience for you. So in 2023, you will be able to, if you are a newly joining principal participating organization, you will be able to be featured on our blog, and all newly joining associate participating organizations will be featured in a roundup blog post. So stay tuned. I think that'll be a really great way to help you promote your brand. Finally, we want to help you promote your professional brand. So if you do have one of these certifications, as Elizabeth mentioned earlier, we do have these digital badges that you can use. You can see my colleague here, Alicia Malone, is promoting her PCIP certification to her LinkedIn network. So if you do have one of these certifications, just know that you can, those badges are available for you to use. As Elizabeth mentioned earlier, we do have those new knowledge training courses, and those will also have badges for you to use. So it's a really great way to promote the knowledge that you have gained from the PCI trainings. And with that, I will pass it back to Mark.
All right. Thank you, Elizabeth and Lindsay. But they're not the only ones I want to thank. I'd like to thank all of our speakers this week. We had some really great presenters. Let's give them all a round of applause. I'd also like to thank our sponsors and our vendors. Without them, this wouldn't be possible, and I hope everybody had a chance to walk through the vendor showcase. But most of all, I want to thank all of you, because this is our first in-person meeting in Europe in 3 years. Thank you for being here. This community is so special because of you, and we wish everybody well as you head out the door, and we hope to see you at a community meeting soon once again. Thanks so much.